So many look at the 1992 Dream Team as the greatest team ever assembled, and they're probably right. But when the ABA and NBA merged and the 1977 All-Star Game was the first All-Star Game where the greatest players from the NBA and the greatest players from the NBA are now all NBA players, and they came together for one All-Star Game, that was probably the first time in the history of the world that the greatest basketball talent in the world assembled on the same court. Which is a very, very significant time for the NBA. I mean, this is like ridiculous when you start looking at this. There's 12 former ABA players that were a part of this game, right? So the Eastern Conference squad had 10 Hall of Famers alone. 10 Hall of Famers just on the Eastern Conference, right? The Western Conference had 7 Hall of Famers. Let's run off the names for the Western Conference first. Dan Issel, Bobby Jones, Bob Lanier, massive human being, rest in peace, Bob Lanier, the high-flying David Thompson, the Skywalker, Paul Westphal, the great Rick Barry, and the legendary Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? Now, the 10 Hall of Famers from the Eastern squad, this is a 1977 All-Star Game, right? 10 Hall of Famers on the Eastern squad. Rudy Tomjanovich, who was inducted as a coach, but he was a player in this game, so we're counting him. The Big E, Elvin Hayes, Iceman George Gervin, Earl the Pearl Monroe, JoJo White, the great John Havlicek, Bob McAdoo, who's the leading scorer in the previous year's All-Star Game, 1976, and another fantastic scorer, George McGinnis, the incredible Pistol Pete Maravich, and of course, the face of the ABA, the most high profile of all the players who entered the NBA in 1977, the doctor himself, Dr. J. Julius Erving, right? It's also worth noting that 2 future Hall of Famers were selected but did not play due to injury. Bill Walton, Portland Trail Blazers, Dave Cowens of the Celtics. Walton returned from injury that year, as I said in the previous podcast, to lead the Blazers to the 1977 championship, which is a big accomplishment because of the massive influx of talent in 1977. The NBA never in its history in one year had the players come into the league like they did in 1977. Just absolutely incredible amount of talent.
And here he comes. Watch this move right here.
Dr. J won the MVP even though his team lost to the Western Conference. So winning the MVP in a losing effort, he had 30 points. He tied Bob McAdoo for the team high.
Dr. J, nice job. Tremendous job.
This was definitely the first time in history when the greatest basketball players in the world were assembled on the same court. I mean, and look about this ticket. The thing about this ticket is it's a working media pass. So, and the game was played in Milwaukee on February 13th, 1977. This is a working media pass. So according to the Milwaukee Bucks public relations department, when I got in touch with them, they were thinking that less than 500 of these were issued. So I was able to get my hands on one. I'm not going to reveal who I got it from or whatever, but I was lucky to get my hands on one. I've never seen another one come to market. Dr. J signed this pass, Julius Dr. J. Erving, like he normally does, and he wrote on it, first NBA All-Star Game, 30 points plus MVP. Again, this is a population of one. This is an outstanding ticket. You're never going to see another one like this. And that's why this is the Ticket Bastard podcast for Iconic Sports Media. I mean, this defines what we do.
Thanks a lot, Brett. All right. Sorry that my winning most valuable player was contrary to popular opinion here, but my approach to the game is just to go out and play as hard as I can. And this is something that I never won in an ABA All-Star game. So, I'm really proud that I'm honored here today by winning this award. Thank you.
Thank you, Julius.